Welcome everybody to the World Wide Web. Cypher Sigma here, and we've decided to take a little trip to Nerd Base, if I can get it in there. So we're going to go inside and see what treasures we can find. So here we are in Nerd Base, as you can see, going through the cabinets. This is just as you enter the main door behind the counter. Obviously Thundercats cell at the bottom there, look quite cool. Some real Ghostbusters. And then some real Ghostbusters. As you'll see, like, these are the cabinets, as you say, as you come in, and there's a lot of vintage stuff, or say older stuff. Some girls and boys, as you can see, like Simpsons stuff. There's some Terminator, Robocop there, Police Academy. It's £45 on Sweet Chuck there. If anybody wants to know, I was thinking of picking him up, but 45 was a little rich for my blood. Masters of the Universe. Some more Motu there, and some even more Motu for the vehicles. Then we've got some Shurians. That T-Rex thing in the top right corner is £120. It's quite expensive. There's some Robotech, some Visionaries there with a DVD in the background. I think this is more Robotech. I did quite like the look of these, but yeah, I was, because I didn't know this, Diplodocus for an almost complete Diplodocus for Dino Riders was 120. Obviously some good Transformers here, G1 Scorponok, some Warner Brother figures. I think they were 2020s. There's some Zoids. There's Galvatron there. There's Hotspots. Some more Zoids there. And then we look on top. I'm not quite sure what some of these vehicles are. And obviously a G1 Metroplex. Rock Lords. Some Robin Hood. And some Mighty Max down the bottom. And then some Dungeons and Dragons down there. I mean, I must admit the variety on this place. Lots of random figures. Some Turtles, Power Rangers. A lot of other ones. Some carded figures around. There's Warriors of Virtue, if you saw. Some Dragonheart. Some Mad Max. Some Hercules. Loads of good vintage toys for you to watch. I think that's from Star Wars. Apologies if I've got that wrong. There's a Star Wars cabinet at the end. And a bit of G.I. Joe here, there, and everywhere. Some Mask. As we're going up, obviously Action Force from the UK and Bucky O'Hare there. Some more G.I. Joe scenes, and then we've got some of the wrestlers and some more Power Rangers. 3 Lord Zeds there. Obviously, you can never have too many Lord Zeds. Some Skeleton Warriors. There's some Digimon figures. They were quite cool. I'd never really seen much of them, so that was good. The Bionic Man. I think some Action Men. Not sure what this range. Obviously Baywatch. Some more Skeleton Warriors vehicles. There's Asterix we have. So again, this is the other side of where I was seeing. You can see Robin in the background. Obviously there's some Bruiser the Berserker Baboon. And then some of the in-action figures and stuff they had, like loads. These are just on one wall. I quite like some of them down the bottom. We have Turtles, Ghostbusters. Then this is where all the G.I. Joe was, so quite a few bits of classified they've got there. Varying in prices as well. Some good, some not so good, some really bargain, obviously. Listed. Then we've got the kind of Necker wall with all the different Gremlins, Back to the Future. You can see some smaller, earlier Back to the Future stuff down there, and some Phantom, Flash Gordon, E.T. Aliens stuff, Predator, Robocop. I did quite like the look of that Robocop, but I'm not. And then this is a massive wall where, before you go upstairs, this is some of the Super 7 stuff they have, all in cases that you can. All you do is ask, and they come see some of the stuff. Obviously, still quite a few pops that they've got there. I mean, most places you go now, there's pops. So this brings us on to, this is upstairs. So I've just gone up. This is the top of the stairs. There's some good DC statues there, a few random figures. There was quite a good Beast Boy I quite like the look of. You'll see him on that shelf there. Loads of reduced stuff. This seems to be kind of a bit of the bargain bin of some of the classic stuff that you could get. You see quite a few Masterverse down the bottom. Some DC multiverse stuff, some of the stuff you find in B&M and that. Some of the boxed figures on the wall looks quite cool. Obviously some Spawn. Loads of He-Man. I think it was like $7.99 they had it, so reduced. Obviously you swing around, so this is another kind of bargain one, where you have lots of Marvel Legends, Avatar stuff. Then we go to the Lightning Collection. I think this is the most Lightning Collection I've ever seen in one place. Just absolutely tons and tons of it. Some more Avatar stuff, and of both Avatars, a few more pops. Let me go past here, and this box. This is just a stand that they have for the newest stuff out. So it had the Edge of Spider-Verse stuff and that. And this was quite a surprise. When you turn around to the left, you'll see a games cupboard there. They actually had quite a few games and posters and stuff. So it wasn't just comic books and comic book related stuff and movies. There was other stuff. Here is games or more game merchandise. I think there's a bit of anime as well in there. So scrolling through, obviously got some Demon Slayer on the top shelf, and then some Flash, all the Flash merchandise ready for when the film comes out. See, this is one for AJ. Look at all these Spawn figures. I know he's a fan of Spawn. So just a few there for you, and then if you go into the corner, you'll see even more Spawn. So absolutely, there are some really nice figures that were in here. There's a Cygor at the top, and I think Violator they're called, or he is called. I'll go to them in a minute. There he is. There's a Violator. He looks really good, and so did that Cygor there. Again, I don't collect Spawn, and I didn't really want to start collecting, seeing how much there is to collect. But there's still some good stuff here, there, and everywhere to collect. There's some Halo, obviously going towards the game stuff. There's a bit of anime, kind of tucked into the Crash Bandicoot. And then we walk through to another room. Obviously D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, some of the newer stuff. I think it's £26 they were. Anime pops, not too bad. A few more anime stuff. It's in the class. Some statues, some folders. Okay, I was wrong. Here is the anime stuff. I got my rooms confused. Quite a lot of figures, quite a lot of books, and obviously then this is a big comic book room. But then below each of them, they've kind of done what I've done. Got the Toffs, not the Toffs, obviously. I think they're Calyx. IKEA stands on the side, and then they just showed loads of stuff in, as you'll see. That it's just Marvel Legends everywhere. A few more there. That's a mixture in prices, some comic books, and then obviously if you like DC Multiverse, if I zoom out, that's one wall, and then hopefully I will turn to the left in a minute. Obviously, yeah, it's like 4 or 5 rows, and then you look, there's a complete another corner. Just so, as I say, I've never seen so many figures in one place, and I mean even at Forbidden Planet, I think this Nerd Base completely outdo them by far by stock and variety, which is good to see. So it's good to see a business. I think they have expanded their business as well to another site, so that's always good to see. I say prices do vary. They have some ones that are a little bit battered and a bit cheaper, which is always good. They're the ones I was kind of looking out for. And that was my trip to Nerd Base. So I must admit, it is the biggest toy shop I have been in the UK. Obviously based in Battlebridge, near Billericay, in the UK. Yeah, love to see. I say there's something for everyone. Obviously you have to look around the prices. They are matched quite a lot with some online retailers that I know of. Some are cheaper, some stuff you kind of have to know what you're looking for and take time. So, and I'm sure the guys that I mean, the staff were brilliant. They were, accommodating and all nice and everything. So it was good. So what did I actually pick up? So I did pick up a few bits. So I didn't go as extortionate as I thought. So we got some Marvel Legend figures. So I don't know if you can see that there. So this was £6. This is one of the Tri-Symbiotes from the X-Men House of X comic series. So as you see, that's one of the versions here. I think, so it's one of the versions of the standard head, or you've got the kind of flow-in ponytails. I quite like the ponytails version better. Obviously, it has a bit of the Tri-Sentinel Build-A-Figure in the back. So that's the creature there. I haven't got any of them. To be honest, I did like the comics, but I weren't too sold on the figures. Except for this one, I say £6. I mean, it was like £22, I think, when this first came out. So I'm in an after it. I've seen people sell it for like a tenner on Facebook plus postage, and I was just looking for the best deal. So not only did I pick that up, obviously, you see, I picked up an Molly that was £10 if I can kind of get in range. So obviously this is the US Agent from the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series. Again, as you've seen, I'm not massively into Marvel Legends. I've kind of almost gone out, and I have gone out, but this was a bargain at 10, and the reason
why I picked this guy up in specifically is he will be in the Thunderbolts comic movie next year, hopefully, if it still gets going ahead. And obviously I'm a massive Thunderbolts fan, so I kind of have been trying to pick up the odd members that are in the series for action figures, so I can have a comic version and a film version. I mean, I assume they will do a Build-A-Figure wave when that toy line comes out, and as much as I haven't collected Marvel Legends, I'll probably end up picking that up because it'll probably have figures that I'm missing. But yeah, I mean, say 2 figures, £16. You can't go wrong for those. I say, like, these is like, again, I think this was £22 when they come out. I say that they're now 26. I want to say when they come out. So what else did I get? So another addition to the G.I. Joe line. This figure's not on my list. This is a Cobra Officer. They had quite a few figures, which is quite good to see figures outside of Hasbro Pulse. I've seen these sell for about 30 quid online, and it cost me, if you see, £22. So I couldn't go wrong with him. It was either him or Dusty, and I'm not too sold on Dusty. I kind of am picking up one of the infantry of each one. So this is another Cobra. I do have, unfortunately, I have had one of my figures took a dive off the shelf the other week, so I have got some more figures and a replacement for that figure, and it actually worked out a better deal. So yeah, so that was good. So yeah, we're not too bad, you know, not even hit the 40 range. 2 small figures to add. You have Bruno from Mask. He was obviously, if you can see, £3. And then we have Bulldog, Boris, I think his name is. He was £3. So these figures with their helmets are quite hard to come by. They are the ones I'm missing from, as well as a few bits. I do need their helmets, and that ain't going to be an easy task, but I'm hoping that I luck out and come across them at some point. With Lee's, it's he needs 2 tailpipes and a laser from his Stinger. Bulldog just needs the mask and a metal panel, I believe, and then Lee's to complete, and it's just matte, and then a windscreen for Condor, and then basically my masks are all complete, all up to date, and then I can kind of put that to one side. So good. Yeah, it's only £6 for them. There was a matte tracker, but I need a matte with a mask. So no. And then the last thing I picked up was this guy. So this is Dinosaur Megatron from the Beast Wars cartoon series, reissued recently. Now, I'd seen him and quite liked him. I do have the original. I know obviously they use this mould for the T-Rex for the Jurassic Park one, but the interesting thing is, if you see there, he was £10. Now, I said to the bloke, is there anything wrong with it? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, his legs were split. He wasn't completely transformed in this mode, but he said, oh, I don't know, your guess is probably better than mine. I had a quick scan and I couldn't see anything. Now, when I'm holding it there, you can kind of see here. So you see there's a pink panel here. Look, if I can get it here. Yep. This one unfortunately has come off. So this is the only bit I can see is missing. Besides, I think he has a blaster for his mouth. If you ever look there, there's a hole here. I think there's a blaster. I think those are the 2 bits that are missing. And the figure's like £47. So I paid a tenner for him for an almost complete one. I mean, I have not transformed him yet, but as far as I can tell, he is almost complete. Just have to debate whether to leave him in this mode or a T-Rex mode. I don't know, because my Beast War shelf is full, so he can't go on there. But I mean, he may fit better as a T-Rex, but we shall see. So yeah, I think I paid £56 for everything in the end. But that is my haul from Nerdbase. Definitely do recommend go and see it. As I said, staff are wonderful. A massive site. You know, if you go there, there's loads to choose from second hand. They have everything from like Disney, wrestlers, Star Wars. They have a few Loungefly bags. If you're into that one, they have comics. You know, you'll see in the video that you've just watched, you know, how much stuff is there. And there was even the room with the Star Wars stuff and the wrestling. Unfortunately, I missed that room on my tour, but there's more stuff. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed this video from Cypher Sigma Toys. Look forward to future videos from myself. Bye.